Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Schwinghammer's channel, where you get to hear about teaching and be encouraged to be the best person you can be. Here we have some beautiful, well, I think decorations for Christmas. I just tore down things. If you look at my past videos, the bathroom tile, some people call it. It was just this stuff that you put up. But welcome. I hope you're all having a good day. I would love to hear how you are. Say hi in the chat and tell me about your holiday plans. Wait for a couple more people to come on. But I had just a wonderful time this morning with the Nancy Taylor. It was awesome. We talked about a whole bunch of different things, and the interview will be next week, but she's so giving. If you ever get a chance to chat with her, she is so giving and just very, very kind individual all around, and always has the best in mind for others. So I'll tell you even more about that, but say hi in the chat so I know that you are here. All my lights are just singing. Can you guys see that? Little streaks here. But yeah, welcome. So what are your holiday plans? I'm sure a lot of things have changed for you because of the virus. Kind of puts a damper on a lot of things. We're still solidifying our plans, but yeah, everything's changed this time of year, hasn't it? Yeah, a lot less activity type stuff to go to out and about, and that's okay. It's all right. But that things have sometimes change can be good. You know, you get so much more quality time when you're with your family and staying home almost all the time. So because we homeschool, we're usually home, anyway. So we don't really go a whole lot of places. There's a couple places that we go, but it's pretty limited. So I'm going to say welcome in the chat. So share what you are doing. And a lot of people I know, they are trying to decide what they're doing right now during we just had Thanksgiving. We had a quiet Thanksgiving. My parents, I had a minor surgery a couple weeks ago, so my dad was helping us here and there with stuff and with the kids, because I have 4 little kids. And so we did hang out with my parents, and there was no restrictions in our state for, how many people, but we just had my family, and us 6 in my immediate family, and then mom and dad. So my brothers didn't come. There in another state nearby, and they had restrictions where they couldn't travel and all this stuff. Eating, that's what says he's eating. That's great. What are you looking for? Is there do you guys have any certain food that you like to eat over Christmas? Like make turkey, or what do you like to do? So kind of how I like to structure my lives is I love to do is just chat with me. So say if you're just coming on, who you are. I don't know who is watching. And this morning I have a fun interview coming out next week. I did it through Zoom in case anybody is wondering, and it's really nice to be able to do it that way, because then it's what I'm going through right now on this platform, because it's so nice to be able to go back through. I say a lot, and so cutting that out and anything that, yeah, you guys know when you're doing videos, sometimes you say stuff that you're like, why did I say that? I love to take those little things out. But let me know in the chat. I'm just going back and forth and just checking and saying hi. So yeah, if any of you read the book, The One Thing, it is really good. I have been listening to it on YouTube. I'm about 25 minutes in, and it's so inspiring. It's talking about simplifying your life to focus on the thing, basically the one thing in your life that's going to put your self-focused and put yourself on that trajectory that you want to go. We all have the same hours in the day, but how we use those hours is so different from person to person. And it talks about like the domino effect. There's these huge, massive domino creations that you can make, and that one domino at a time creates that big picture. You know, the people that have been successful, Oprah, Bill Gates, all started somewhere. They had somebody in their support system too that encouraged them and supported them. So I kind of think about who are those people that was encouraging me to go forward, my family and my husband, and what are those decisions that you're doing during the day, those one thing decisions that is helping you go forward. I see some people in the chat. Go ahead and say hello. Yeah, so as I was just saying, I met with Nancy Taylor this morning. Am I going to be raving about the whole time? Yes, I am. I did take your course back in January, but it was such an honor to meet with her and to chat with her, take time out of her busy day. She is a mom of 3 with 1 in the oven. So mom of, 2 and 1 of mom of 3. And I got to meet with them this morning. It was so much fun. I loved it. So, yep. I'm gonna edit it and then immortalize it for all of eternity on a YouTube video. Yeah, I was excited. So, yes. So what did we talk about? Family, being a mom, juggling life. As a mom, you might have seen one of my last videos, I talked about the getting up early in the morning and the distractions that come into play with having little kids come in and creep in or peek through the door, stick their fingers underneath the door. There are so many different things my kids have done in the past, thankfully, because they're older. And I would say about that 3-4-year-old mark, they didn't really do them as much, but my 4-year-old occasionally opens the door and peeks through that one eye and she's teaching. When they close it. I have a funny video on that with some slow motion in it too that I think you might find this funny. So Schwinghammer says, my boss is a great encouragement for my dreams. Good, that's great. I think that's the thing I probably struggle with the most is I have things in my vision that I want to go towards, but actually taking the time to write them down and go forward with actionable steps. So like I was talking about the one thing, it's really cool to it's one thing book. The one thing is that what's the one thing, like I said, I'm not very far into it, so I give you an update next week. But what is the one thing that you're doing during your day that you want to get done, and kind of forming things around that and not making things super complicated, because life doesn't really have to add so much complication. The complications that we see now, they're saying like in the book, the complications we have now compared to what our parents and grandparents had, all the distractions that come through on our phone, all the notifications, all this and that. There's so many different things to focus on. So one thing I'm going to try to focus on And December is growing my YouTube and teaching business even more by setting up things that help me achieve the goals that I'm going towards. So stay tuned. You might be already guessing what I'm doing, so you can guess what I'm doing. But yes, so type back in the chat here. Yeah, anybody else who is listening, I'd love to hear what your holiday plans are. We have some tentative plans that we're thinking about doing and ones that we for sure want to do too. So it, I think it's gonna vary. So someday, all this virus stuff will be done, right? I'm looking forward to that day. Yeah, so generally this runs before from 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes a little bit more if I'm interviewing somebody on a live. So it's just a time for us to meet weekly on a Thursday and hang out together. So I'd love to hear what you think. You can write down the chat. If you're trying to find the chat, one way you can do it, I'll share my screen with you for a second. Let's get this down. If you are looking how to set it up. Okay. So if you're subscribed to my channel, I'm going to share my screen with you. You can see my screen now. So you can look for my name, Rachel Schwinghammer, up here in the chat, and I mean in the search bar. And I sent this to my grandma too. So if you're watching now, grandma, this is how you can chat. You click on the video, and it's playing, as you can see as it's going. And you can push the like button here, ding, like this. And the chat here on the right-hand side, see the yellow right here? You can type in and say hello. So I'd love for you to type in and say hello. If you are new here, or even if you're a regular, I'd love to say hi to you. Now I'll stop the share. There we go. Yeah, I hope that was a helpful little tutorial in the middle. Yes, so we have the decorations go up a little higher. See that? It's really fun. Got on Amazon. I can try to link this below if anybody wants one of these. They're really cute. They're actually made of little pieces of wood, hand-carved wood, and with little tassels. And because of being Christmas, we just gotta decorate for Christmas, right? If these are too bright, let me know if they're too distracting. I could take some of this part down, leave the edges if you think that be better without it. Oh, let's go back. All right. So, yes. I hear the kids downstairs. I might have to go really soon. But yeah, what are you hoping and dreaming for during the holiday season? What is one thing that you want to focus on right now? Drop it in the chat. What's one thing that you're excited to get better at or to grow in? I would love to hear. One thing that I am trying to do, just so eventually I want to set up a website, but growing an email list for eventually then launching a course. And so the best thing to do if you want to launch a course is to do email lists first. And so doing some convert kit is what I asked Nancy Taylor this morning. So she gave some really good tips just how to grow. And my husband says, I want to write a book. Thank you, honey. Yeah, it's great. It's exciting to see my husband writing, and he really loves it. And so for him to write and fulfill that dream for writing a book, I think he would love to publish one. So go for your dreams, honey. Go for your dreams. Yep. and I will provide, we switch on and off with kids with working stuff. So I'll help provide the space for you. Okay. And you'll keep me accountable. So yeah, I hope you have a good, we've been doing about 15 minutes and I do have to go pretty soon. But if you would like to drop a comment in on what you're doing this holiday season, we're hanging out with family, and somehow or other, I don't know how that looks, but yeah. What are you doing? So thank you for tuning in today. And next week we'll be coming out the interview with Nancy Taylor and myself, giving business tips and just great encouragement of a positive mindset and how you can go forward and be victorious with that. Because I know all of us in our lives, including myself, needs having that positive and grateful attitude towards life. Helps me function much better if I'm gratuitous to God, if I'm thankful towards God, if I am making sure to watch my thoughts, not be really negative. I think sometimes if we let those negative thoughts come in, it can be like, oh, just it can be very overwhelming if you sit in that negativity. So making sure to fill your mind with good things. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Drop a comment below if you're watching this later. I'd love to hear your plans are. What is one thing that you are going towards and one thing you could focus on today to help you accomplish them? Thank you for joining me. Make the day great because you are great. Bye.